Alright, round 2 of attempting to record this, but this time it's on stream. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I went on Twitter, and I got the vaccine for COVID, the first vaccine. And then I went on Twitter posting updates, because I wanted to kind of convince people that it wasn't like a super dangerous thing, because I think a lot of people are kind of afraid of the vaccine. I don't know it's not super dangerous, I don't think it would be, given that it's been meticulously clinically tested for the last, like, most of a year. Um, Anyway, I'm better now, but for like one day I felt shitty, and I didn't even really feel that shitty. I was just like I ran like a degree hotter than normal, and I had like slight weakness. Anyway, um, I got the vaccine, and then someone told me why they weren't getting the vaccine, even though I didn't ask. And I kind of feel like you have a societal duty to kind of tell people like, hey, it might be a good idea to get the vaccine. And so I told him that I'm like, bro, like, you could give this to other people. Even if you live, you could give this to other people, and they could give it to other people, and then someone could die because of that. You should be aware that if this is the way that you want to do things, someone could die. Hi. So I did that. I told the guy that whatever, and he was like, oh, like the way he was presenting it was like um I'm not gonna get it at least for a year because like it seems dangerous or whatever. Hasn't been tested adequately yet. I'm gonna take my chances with the virus, and I thought that was kind of silly because it's like, we don't know what the virus is gonna do long term, so like, why worry about the vaccine? Okay, there we go. Great confirmed, by the way. That's where it cut off last time, so now here we are again. This is as far as I got in the video before I realized that the screen wasn't on. Um. Anyway, I took him at face value, like he was like sincerely on the fence, and then decided not to get the vaccine because he was nervous about the long term effects, which I think is a relatively understandable position. And anyway, I like got into a little argument with him on Twitter, and then I went to his page, and his page was just full of like anti-vax and anti-mask stuff, like literally like all of it. I could have punished that a little bit better. You actually can like walk in and get a close strong. I didn't. Um, there are a lot of unoptimal kind of punish things I do in this matchup. Not a lot, but like some. Like I could have parried that. That was not a hard parry. I just wasn't ready for it. If you like practice stuff like that, this matchup gets easier. If I'm looking for wheel kick, I can parry it, but it's slow enough that you can always parry it even if you're not looking for it. If you're just kind of attuned to the matchup, and it makes it once you can do that reliably, Sean can't really use wheel kick. He can still space wheel kick, and then I might not get a close strong punish, but I can always get a punish. You know what I mean? So that's like a little weakness I've still got in this matchup, but I never play this matchup. That is a reaction parry I can do as well. I'm never ready for that shit, but I get a full combo if I parry an anti or wheel kick. I don't think I've ever like parried that though. It's theoretically like a huge weakness for Sean, but if that gets parried, it like means it makes wheel kick significantly shittier in neutral. But if you're close, it can be really hard to react, like unfeasible. I mean, nice punish. I should never. I think that one was an accident actually. Farfuse. I feel kind of dumb just high parrying on wake up, but honestly, like, what was he gonna do? It was like gonna be a high parry, especially because he wasn't point blank. He could have left forwarded me, but what was the left forward gonna go into? He like didn't have an ender, and I don't know if I was dead to low forward. I just YOLO. I just YOLO parries against Sean sometimes because like the risk reward isn't so bad on that. That actually hit delayed because my stones are up. It's kind of funny. They hit the stones first. They like eat hitboxes the same way that Mirror does and stuff. Really sloppy play by me. I think that was low forward super. He got a, no, it was roundhouse. He probably wanted a close roundhouse super. During the match, I thought that was stand forward, but actually it was stand roundhouse. That was a really bad fireball. Sean can super through fireballs. I'm being a little risky by throwing them the way I am. I think he gets me with that later in the set. Animation on Sean's close fierce. It's like the same as all the Shadows close fierce, isn't it? It's probably subtly worse in some way. It's definitely worse in the enders. The other Shadows can go to DP. Sean's DP often falls out there. And he has no Tatsu ender. What? That's alright. Ah, fucking I saw it and I still fucked it up. That's a bad feel. Stuff like that. Sean has a lot of stuff where you can just reaction punish. It's always a shame when you drop it. That was a bit weird. I down backed. I was scared because I ate the stand roundhouse. Oh, Far Fierce. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? Sean's animations are good. I mean, everyone complains about the DP change. The DP looked a lot better before they changed it. That's a bit greedy meter to spend, because it's still hard for me to win this, even if I get the struggle. I should have done a 3-stone, to be honest. And taken my chances with the reversal super or something. Sloppy. That was a failed super by him. Well, maybe he was saving it. I managed to sneak it by. I used to play Melee before Brawl came out. I played Jigglypuff. I haven't ever played Melee in a serious competitive way. Ah, sloppy. I didn't cancel it. I thought I'd get 2 hit, and I tried to super cancel, but I only got the 1-hit version. Good punish. Very good punish. That's, I think, Sean's optimal. Sean's just supposed to be canon weak. A joke character is a bit debatable. He's not much funny about it, if you know what I mean. But they did make Sean weak on purpose. I should have done the jumping version. I ended up really far away from him. I actually killed him with that combo with the jumping version, I think. Sometimes with a towards strong version, if you do it kind of sloppily like I did, you won't be close enough for a close strong at the end. They knew that Sean was too good in second impact and they wanted to nerf him, and then they kind of nerfed him a lot on purpose because he's very similar to Ryuken and Akuma, who are already in the game. And also, in lore, he's supposed to be a weak character. So, you know, they were like, whatever. He can be weak in gameplay because he's weak in lore. And also they said in an interview, in the same interview where they were talking about that, they were like, well, he can also be kind of a character for veterans to beat up their friends, etc. That, I could have done it. I could have done it. I could have done walking strong into a super. That's far strong. What did it do? What good thing? Didn't do anything. That's really what it comes down to. Ooh, that was it. That's where it happened. Those are my respect coins because that was nice. I wasn't even thinking about that round. I guess that's pretty obvious because I threw the EX Fireball. Regular Fireball is better at hitting that kind of thing than EX Fireball. EX Fireball slows down, so you got extra reaction time. I forgot that was the thing, to be honest. I think Sean can go through supers with, I mean, he can go through Fireballs with Auto Burst, right? As well. Unfortunately, you only really get the hit stun to go for those kinds of resets, the wheel kick or the tackle or whatever, from like his heavy normals, and all of his heavy normals can be high parried. What was my punish? Far forward? I don't know what the stones were going to do. I did 5 stone there, which was kind of greedy. Not kind of. I YOLO'd. Went for the parry, did not get it. I always thought me and dshon were pretty close in skill, but after this set I changed my mind. I was like, I'm kind of outmatched. Because after a long set with his Sean, he eventually went to Ken, and he like kind of dismantled me a little bit with the Ken. I got like solidly outplayed. This is a replay. So now I think I was just I'm even with his Sean, you know what I mean? But once Ken is in the picture, and it's like Sean, I'm not like super knowledgeable in the matchup. Like I know a lot of stuff on paper, but I'm not super experienced at doing it. But Ken I know really well, and I still was like, you know, was getting smacked around just because Ken's a lot better of a character than Sean maybe. Technically speaking, if you're better than the opponent, you'll probably win in third strike. But Sean has not had any serious success in the lifespan of this game. Other DPs from other Shotos don't hit that, but Sean's does. So that's a point to Sean right there. Nice Bennett. He built quite a lot of meter back at the end of that round, so that was good by him. I've only played his Ken a few times, right at the beginning, and I did okay. But I think he's had some more experience against me, and he had a better idea of how to parry against me. The right parries can break me down. I'm not like a super great player. I'm like good, but I'm not like... I'm like an ascended normal, is what I like to say. I'm like a regular guy who's really good at regular guy things. But then there are some kind of like pro things where if you can do them, I just turn back into a regular guy. If you know what I mean. Ooh. It's very specific things I'm pro level. And then at other things I'm just a clown. I do think that Oro doesn't really smack Sean though, for what it's worth. Or it's not like I think Oro wins. I just think Oro's a good character and Sean's a bad character. I don't think anything about Oro beats Sean other than the fact that Oro's damage output is crazy high and Sean's damage output is not so high. Remy is probably unviable, I think. The characters I would tentatively say are unviable are oh, never mind, I blocked that one. The characters I would say unviable are Remy, Alex, 12, and Sean. And a lot of people would say no character is unviable. Because technically speaking, you can win with all of them. I parried. I was like expecting EXDP, to be honest. Just because I really want to stomp, and I'm like, oh, he's going to EXDP it again. What was I saying? Oh, he picked the pink, and he got the ball. Yeah. I think Alex sucks. A lot of tier lists put Alex as like 5th or 6th from the bottom, but I think he's like 3rd from the bottom, or 4th. I think he's pretty bad. Durlap is here to confirm the non-viability of Alex. Oh, thank God it's not just me and my word. We got Durlap to say that Alex sucks. This is a slightly greedy meter to spend. I could still lose this round. I don't like spending the meter unless I'm gonna win. But this is a round I could win, but I had to spend the meter to like maybe win it. And he got me. That dash is no joke. That's one of Sean's good features. Alex, if he's right a few times in a row, he can just win. Ugh, what happened? His jump fierce missed me. I played Duralath recently. I high parried on Wake Up every time, and he never did high meaties. So I got bullied. My reads were all wrong. I don't really respect Alex's lows or his throws, just because they're not super rewarding. But because I never respected them, you know. Also, I was a little bit greedy. I went for EX. I went for red parry on EX elbow every time, even though I've never like labbed that. I only got it once, I think. I'd like to get into the point where I can do that every time, because it's reactable and it's a consistent timing. And once you can do that, Alex gets a lot worse. I would love to be able to always red parry EX/elbow. There's some stuff like that where like most characters don't deal with shit like that. Only like low tiers deal with shit like that, like Q's slaps or Alex EX/elbow or Alex EX/chop. Characters where there's like a red parry that you could just always do on reaction to punish something. There are some good characters who have that too. Like you can red parry the strong of the UNTC. Or like the second hit of Ken's overhead or shit like that. They're like red parries against strong characters. But the ones against the low tiers are kind of easier. Or less risky. Like if you go for the red parry against the last hit of Dudley's SA3, the damage isn't super high, but he gets a hard knockdown on you, and then he gets like, you know, potentially a mix-up, overhead low. But if you attempt to red parry against the last hit of like a... What's a different one? Shinku Hidoken? You don't even get knocked down at all. That's not a great example because Ryu's not bad. What's a red parry against a different super that's like not risky at all? I think the pokes on Alex are okay. I'm not super afraid of them because Oro outfootsies Alex, generally speaking. Hizoki, it depends on the knockdown. EX chop Hizoki, right? Ugh, if I parried that, I just won. Very ugly by me. Managed to clutch it out, though. He was looking for that one little loose hit. And I was just trying to play desperately safe. He had to be careful, too, because if I EX uppercutted, I just won. Unless he parried it. So he had to not get EX uppercutted. And I thought about doing it. So he was like in a weird position as well. It wasn't just me in a weird position. That was lucky for me. Ooh. He can punish that if he's waiting for it. I was out of right range. That's supposed to be button into tackle probably. I'm pretty sure he got that. Was that an EX uppercut? Think so. EX uppercuts hit invincible but throwable. All 4 of Sean's uppercuts are throwable. I cashed out early. This does still kill, I think. Or like it should kill. I don't remember how the match goes. Yeah, that's what happened. Ah, my car throw. Scary. If I eat a super, I lose. So I'm kind of thinking about that. I managed to catch him with a errant jump roundhouse. Raw tackle. If I blocked that, it wasn't big, but it would have been nice. Ugh. Far strong. I want to close strong naturally because I'm an aura player and that's all I want. Aura players only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting. Picture of aura landing close strong. I'm going to tweet that after this stream's over. That super hurts to eat. I used to think it was bad. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought like being out of meter every time you used a super was restrictive for Sean because he's not very much with that meter. And it is restrictive for Sean, but the super is so rewarding to land. It's like Tengu Stones. It's like you only really need to land it once per round, and then you're kind of sitting pretty for the rest of that round. You know what I mean? I didn't have charge because I only hit him once. Now I'm just trying to play safe. Scary. Oh, I think his EXs are shit. I meant more like with SA1 you have once you spend a super you still have another super maybe. But with SA3 once you spend a super you're out. You're flat, you're zero. If you get another parry in the meanwhile, you're not going to be able to go into anything except like fucking sweep or whatever. And yeah, they are they are a lot better than his normal specials. EX Tatsu sucks, EX Tornado, but it's still better than it's so much better than normal Tornado. EX Tornado is bad, but it's not so bad that it's not worth using. How does it work again? All regular tornadoes are unsafe to buttons on block. Regular tornadoes are unsafe to throws on hit. EX tornadoes are unsafe to throws on hit. And like some reversal supers. And then EX tornado is safe on hit. So tornado on hit and EX tornado on block are kind of similar. 5 stone. That was early, or else I would have gotten a lot of extra damage, honestly. Lucky. I stole that one. Shouldn't have gotten it. Ah. I could have whiff punished that. You can just OS the parry, and even if he doesn't hit you, if you hit like medium kick or something after, it still punishes. That's the thing about wheel kick, is it actually has a lot of recovery. You can just poke it. If it doesn't, you OS the parry, and if it hits you, you parry it. And if it doesn't hit you, the button is a whiff punish. So like it's just you just have a hard counter if you do that sequence. OS parry into button. Even if it's spaced, it beats it up. Ah, I got a fucking... Oh, that was a failed super. I got a crouch jab. Then I just did a raw super. And then, you know, I did aura stuff. There's a 5 stone too. 5 stone for pressure is better, but it goes away so fast. But like in terms of like what they have time to do, they don't have time to do anything. From a hit perspective, from a pressure perspective, 5 stone is better. But the fact that it lasts half as long it makes 3 stone better overall. But it's not like 5 stone is worthless for pressure. Accidental charge. I partitioned that without meaning to. That's the thing about partitions, you can get them on accident. That was a back throw. Let's punish. He didn't have anything to do. EX Tatsu. think I did low parry there. I really parry recklessly versus dshon and Sean in general. I take like needless risks. I like playing SA3 more, is really what it comes down to. I think I've had more success with dshon using SA2. But I just have more fun playing SA3, so I played SA3 for most of this set. It's close. Don't let anyone tell you it's not close. SA3 is close to SA2 in viability. Like, people always say SA2 is cheap as hell, but SA3 is also cheap as hell. 3-stone pressure is absolutely broken. And SA2 doesn't have anything like this, where you can just get a whole bunch of damage at once with a random 2-hit close strong that's unconfirmed. Like, that couldn't have led to an unblockable. But it did lead to a 50% combo. That was probably a punish. He got hit crouching. Sean is hit crouching in his DP recovery. I'm just trying to play lame and safe and boring. Ah, he fucked up, I think. That might have been a reset. Well, I mean, it was probably a reset. But I think he hit a button late after the reset. The tackle there wasn't a good play. Well, the tackle was a good play. The dash was an okay play. Doing the ender was not. And so I think he didn't do the ender on purpose. Getting hit midair there, I kind of feel like it's alright. That was car throw. It was the medium kick car throw, actually. You rarely see that. But I did it. And it worked. Rare footage of it working. Look at 3-stone, dude. 3-stone's nuts. I don't remember. Oro doesn't have to care whether Shotos are crouching in recovery. I just yelled at it. Good punish. I really needed that to hit. I do SA3 versus Twins and SA2 versus Hugo. I think that's the way to go for both of them. I'm doing alright. I went SA1. SA1 only has meme power. Even if it works, it's not as good as SA3. Like, even if they don't know the escapes. You can OS a parry there to kill that mix-up, but I'm bad at it. You just do you tap low parry, then you take a throw. And if he does tackle, you parry the tackle, and if he throws you, you throw him. He can do tackle into EXDP, which kills that, but it's risky for him. Ugh. I should have done backdash into strong straight away. Good parry. Super low hitbox when he's crouching. Yes, he does. I don't even know why you would ask that unless you already knew. Oro is one of the 3 smallest characters in the game when crouching. Along with Chun-Li and Elena. That wasn't confirmed. Come on, dshon. At the same time I ate it, so it didn't matter. I feel like dshon runs into normals a lot. I feel like I just have errant pokes work. Whereas a lot of players, they like, past a certain skill level. Like, dshon in other ways is past that skill level. I wonder if it's just a Sean thing. It's not like him, it's just the fact that, like, you know, my buttons just do work. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Pew. I parried on the way down, thinking that jump would bait an EXDP from him. But he hit me, not the window I was parrying. It was a good jump, I guess. I could have hit a punch, and I would have caught him, and he would have died. I didn't. I didn't think he would work. I didn't think he would jump. It was a good jump because I wasn't expecting it. But it wasn't riskless. There was probably something better he could have done there. DP wasn't it, though. Hopefully. Because I think I was parrying a reversal DP that he might have done. Excuse me. Ora's only got 6 supers. Look, there's one. Yeah, you only have to be aware of 3 of them. You don't have to know about the sun. You don't have to know, but you have to know the difference between 3-stone and 6-stone because that shit matters. And you have to know about the booger. That's it. You don't have to know about this. Again, SA1 if it works is only as good as SA3. It's not better. There you go. I did it. If you can just do stuff like that on reaction, you can shut down huge parts of Sean's game plan. Nice low fierce. If I parried that, man, that would have been nice. The dizzy bar. I got greedy. EXDP would have been so clean there. Ooh, that's done. Look at it. I did close strong. You grabbed me out of it. A video on how stones work. No, I do not. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. If there are 3 stones, then they last about 10 seconds. I hit close strong. 1 parry close strong. I'm greedy. That's a confirm for Sean. The roll. See, that's another thing I have no exposure to. You can just low short that or low forward it or whatever. You can hit any button that hits it. But you have to, like, react. I, like, never fight Seans who do that shit to me. The correct play is literally just hit a low poke. Or a low button. Any low button. You can do standing buttons too, but low buttons are more reliable. Anything that hits the crouching hitbox. The thing is, it's immune to throws, and your instinct might be to throw because he's next to you. So, like, I get the instinct to throw when he's doing that. And that's just bad exposure to the matchup. I know it doesn't work, I just, you know... I'd never fight Sean, so I never have to deal with it. That's kind of the thing in this game, is like, if you play a character that, like, no one plays, you've got a lot of surprise value like that. Ugh! I got the crosscut parry, and then he landed on the same side. I think I actually parried that to the right. The crosscut parry is really precise. I wanted, what did I want? Oh, I remember what I wanted. It was stupid. It wouldn't have worked. What do I do? Beth. I did light grab and it failed me. Aura has 3 different grab ranges with that super. Light's the fastest, heavy is the longest range. Heavy would have worked based on what he did there. And based on how far away I was. It was inexperienced by me. I rarely do that. I rarely pick SA1 and I'm rarely in that scenario. Oof. I think I ate every EXDP. He was smart about it. Got him. That super recovers really quickly. That felt good. I removed all his meter and I won. That wheel kick. I've been using Universal Overhead a lot as a poke. It's kind of risky because you can parry it on reaction. And it's quite punishable, but the punish is kind of hard. That was heavy command grab. Grab the far strong. I feel like if I didn't far strong, you might not have grabbed me. That was a car throw. That jump looked super awkward. He blocked, probably expecting jump and stomp. The right play there was stand jab. OS parry stand jab. OS parry parries a jump hard kick by me and hits fast enough that I can't stomp. But it's so unrewarding that people don't like doing that, if they even know it works. Also, not all stand jabs are good for that. Shoto stand jab is. Then he goes Ken. We were going pretty even. I was clowning around with my supers too. But I'm at a loss right now. I'm at a deficit. But this starts being more one-sided now, in his favor. This is like the longest set I've ever gotten with this Ken. I've only played it, I think, twice before. It's quite a good Ken. One of the better Kens I played. Double DP. That requires a Kara on Aura. So he did get a Kara DP there, I think. Right? Someone double check. I'm pretty sure that requires a Kara on Aura. If it's grounded. Even in the corner. Mid-screen it doesn't work on Aura at all. Missing some newer setups. I guess it is. I could make that video at any point. The Crota Oro DVD is mad old. Jump in EX Tatsu I don't like versus Oro. I could have just jumped there. He didn't quick stand. I could have reacted. I just did a regular, boring, unblockable. The kind that doesn't lead to anything. The kind that doesn't loop. Cross-up stomp with Tengu Stone is exceptionally hard to get out of, but it doesn't lead to anything. But the success rate is extremely high. Ugh, reversal light DP. That's some good shit. He did the whole ass fucking whiff DC. This is the secret Ken color, I think. This is a deliberate 2-hit because I had no unblockable. I had no real unblockable setup there. So I just took that. Chip damage plus the chip damage plus the reset is kind of good. That was really slow and sloppy by me. He parried, so I had more time. It would have worked anyway, I think. But it was really slow and sloppy. Fortunately, none of his escapes made my unblockable not work. Except that one. That one, my throw would have grabbed him, but he actually got hit by one of the hits of the orb. If I did stand strong, I guess it might have worked against him, or he might have parried it. No, because he got hit by the orb. So stand strong would have worked. It was like a mix-up based on how many parries he got. Throw was the right play if he got one more parry. Stand strong was the play because he didn't get that one parry. Anyway, I shifted over to SA3. SA2 is better versus Ken, I think. But SA3, based on the way he was parrying, I didn't want to play with that. You know what I mean? I think I do go back to SA2 later, though. Nice jump back. Very safe. That might have still been a punish. I was really slow to react there. That was regular jump and stomp, not like an instant fucking super low jump and stomp that leads to launcher. That was just like the one that hits multiple times. I just did it because it does chip. The only way to beat parry is using different double jump setups. Yeah, you can also do empty jump low. That was greedy of me. I do that every now and then because it doesn't really cost anything. If I get another launch, I'm just going to have super by the time I do. So like it's free EX. It sounds silly. Ah. That was a really nice parry. He's looking for high parries outside my low range, and I really can't. It's not that Aura doesn't have anything there, but I can't find it. I could be sweeping. I could be walking more. That always feels super scary. But it's actually pretty low risk. Ken can't just, That round I just completely threw by not holding down back. Fuck it, hold down back versus Ken. Make him throw you. Make him overhead. Ken would prefer not to overhead if he didn't have to. That was maybe supposed to be EXDP. No, it was probably supposed to be EX Fireball. I think he was just looking for some free chip. It wasn't going to chip me out yet, but it was still a good decision just to get me to that position where he could chip me out, basically. The thing about EX Fireball is that it's safe even if it's parried, but I didn't parry it, I interrupted it. Not safe to interrupt. Chicken combo is better there. Oftentimes on a Ken light DP, I'll do the medium kick punish. And I do that because sometimes the walk in plus the stand strong is too slow. This is Fightcade, yeah. What happened there? I didn't get any follow-up. I think I dropped this. Or do I? No, I get the cool ender. Ain't that cute. I've basically never played on cabinet. I've never been near a cabinet. I've only been on I've been near cabinets like 3 or 4 times in my life. I don't live near any arcade. Eventually, I fucking moved to a place where I was near Santa Ana Esports Arena, but they didn't play Third Strike there for ages. And when they finally did play Third Strike there, they weren't playing on cab. I could have parried that. It was free meter. I was scared I would drop the parry, so I just blocked it. But that's a really easy parry. I've barely been to real life events, and most events don't have like cabinet Third Strike. Most events don't bring their own cabinets. Usually they just fucking bring like, you know, sometimes they bring like arcade boards. I've been to 2 that did that. and it's kind of like playing on cab. Well, it's basically identical. My overhead. That was greedy. I did dash and parry. There's a lot of like stuff that has like kind of a low success rate, but is super rewarding that I like to do. And I have to play someone. Someone has to be like really good at stopping me from doing that stuff before I actually stop. I'm a slow learner. Ah, that was nice. I was looking for low parry. And he caught me with the Stamina. So that's the mix, baby. I was desperate. I was down a lot of health. I wanted a parry. If I got parry, I got command grab into him being in the corner. Nice. I've become a lot more aggressive with red parries, but I still usually miss them. But I'm like at the step where like eventually I'll start getting the red parries. You know what I mean? There's like it's like a 3-step process. Is never attempt the red parries, and then attempt the red parries and fuck them up, and then attempt the red parries and get them. And I'm on step 2. But I was on step 1 for like over 10 years. So the fact that I'm finally going for red parries is like a step in the right direction. But it's like an intermediary step where I'm kind of worse than if I'm not going for them. I was always super slow to try and parry, to be honest. I would rather do a new jump arc to bait anti-airs than do a jump and parry. You know what I mean? I really hate going for parries unless I'm really sure of myself. There are some risk parries I do just because the success rate is very high. Like wake up parry against most people. I'm free to that. I think if you parry... No, I don't know. I was going to say if I parry and then throw him, it might hit before the DP, but I don't even think that's true. I think the DP hits first. All of Ken's DPs are throw invincible, I'm pretty sure. Very, very sloppy juggle by me. I lost the corner. I rarely do that. This car throw I dropped, but I think with his walk back I wouldn't have got it anyway. It was very, very stupid and sloppy. I did lip parry, but he didn't do... It like wasn't the timing that I did. I think I was early, because it looked like he got either a meteor close enough to a meteor that lip parry should have worked. Jump in there actually would have won. Oh well. I didn't have the read. Ooh, jump in there won. It's not a bad feeling. I chickened out of a jump in that was gonna kill. That's how it goes sometimes. It's not like I could have reacted with that fireball. He did it like as I was already jumping back. At the end of the day, you've got to pick a moment, and the moment I picked wasn't the one. Or I didn't pick the moment that I had to pick. But it's just a guess. I really let him stand fierce twice. He starts controlling me really well in the corner. I was sad that that fucking jump roundhouse didn't hit. This is replays, yeah. Nice. That parry, it sucks if you don't get it. You get fucked up by aura. You don't get fucked up, but like you take a lot of damage. If you do get it, you often don't get a punish, but it's certainly a lot better than eating the close strong. Ooh. It's better to let him land a little bit, in my experience there. Ah, that doesn't happen often. RIP my stones. Good defense by him. Usually you're plus after universal overhead with stones up, but it depends on what kind of desync you've got going. Ooh, that was a punish. I like to throw a fireball in that instance. I don't know if he knows that, but he did jump right then. After I block a EX fireball, I throw my own fireball. It's a habit and it can be exploited. Nice. Regular Tatsu is not horrible. EX Tatsu is obviously a lot better. See, if I did close strong there, it wouldn't have worked. So I did close forward, where I don't have to walk in as much, and also it comes out 1 frame faster. The big thing is that Aura's close forward activates from further out than Close strong. I had the read, I just fucked up. I'm just bad. Even if I got that, I didn't win. I still had to like play well because my super combo. I would have had a super punish, but it wouldn't have killed him. No, I'm not into Guilty Gear at all. I played Guilty Gear Xrd like twice just to see what was up. I didn't really like it. The movement felt super bad. Good trade. I actually had a lot more than that. I had a close strong that I could have done there. The pickup is really hard on Shadows. Yeah, he's super good. dshon's a good player. I went to find this replay, and I searched dshon before searching for myself, because I couldn't see myself on the first page of dshon's results, and I didn't want to dig. But looking at the players that dshon had recently played, they were all like super high-ranked players. So he definitely gets in the hours. I don't know what that was. Honestly, every time I've ever hopped into Fightcade, dshon's there. I hop into Fightcade maybe once a month. dshon must play quite a lot if he's there 100% of the time. Yeah, Oro has an infinite-ish. You can parry out. I have an A rank right now. I'm probably on the low end of A rank based on the other A rank players I've seen, and based on all the Bs. There have been a couple Bs who have beaten me in like long sets, and by long sets I mean first to 5. I think like three or 4. Dead Strike was once my main fighter. I don't know if I would say I have a main fighter at this moment. I play Street Fighter 3 and 5 about equally, which is not very much for either one. I'm more of a student than a player, if that makes sense. I like play out of obligation. I like playing. I like playing SF3 and I like playing SF5. But the exercise for me is the strategy. And in order to kind of understand what you're doing in a fighting game, you have to actually do it. Does that make sense? Am I explaining myself well? I like the metagaming that goes on in fighting games. And in order to have an appreciation for the metagame, I have to occasionally metagame myself. And I'm not like super duper good. I've just got like 10 years under my belt. And a little bit more than that now. Closing in on 15. So whenever I play fighting games, I only binge them. I just play like, well, again, like once a month. But whenever I play, I usually play. That was an unblockable. That was a real unblockable. I could have done, instead of the overhead, I could have done close strong. Got a full combo. Whenever I play fighting games, I usually play them once a month. But whenever I play them, I usually play for like hours and hours straight. I never played any Virtua Fighter. Usually when on that one day that I play, that did not combo. No, it did combo. Wow. On that one day I play, I'll often play like 8 hours. When I'm talking about like seriously playing fighting games though, I do play more like once a week than once a month. But the other times, like once a month I'll play seriously against players my level. And the other times I usually just play against like my IRL friends or shit like that. I'll hop into like an endless battle with like a bunch of like just friends. Internet friends or IRL friends. And I'll be like, you know, better than all them. And I won't really be playing like I'll be it won't be me like getting exposed to new shit most of the time is what I'm saying. It'll just be me clowning around and picking random characters and shit. Me fooling around with my Elena in this game, which is garbage. Ah, I tried to walk out and bait that. I didn't walk out enough. Good confirm, that's hard on Aura. The window's the same, it's 1 frame, but you have less reaction time because the first hit whiffs. So not only do you have to confirm that you hit at Aura, but you have to confirm that he's crouching, and you have to do it off a single hit. It's still doable, obviously. He just got it. But it's harder. Nice. Interesting ender. I was parrying like crazy, but I didn't get anything. Both of those were parryable high or low. My timing was just wrong, based on what he did. Hmm? You've never seen Ken's back medium kick into super? What? That's like standard Ken. How much hit strike have you seen? I would call that one of Ken's signatures. Yeah, it's very common. Oops. I wouldn't have gotten a whole lot of damage there. It would have just been a little bit extra meter build. Wasn't a big deal that I dropped it. That was nice. That was unconfirmed. I could have parried it or blocked it even since I didn't do an attack midair. I just didn't. People don't typically block there. Because he crossed under me and hit me with a low. A lot of people treat that like a confirm, and it's not a bad idea. That was dead OS. That one was confirmed. He did DEDOS there. I was not ready for that. Caught me completely off guard. Help! That one he didn't confirm. If I blocked that, I could have won. But now I'm in a super horrible position. Mistakes were made this round. Put it like that. That time I think I low parried. As I landed. I was like, maybe he'll do fucking low forward. But honestly, if he did like a super from there, I still would have died. Even though I got the low parry on the low forward. Because I would have had to parry the super and I was not ready to do that mentally. Slugfest, look at this. Just tapping, fucking swatting away all these other normals. You blocked. That dizzy bar I'm looking at, you better believe. Ugh, but I can't find it. Can't find a hit. Again. Treated it like and confirm. Not a bad play, because it worked. This is Fightcade 2. This is a replay, though. Ah! You watch hentai? Are you asking me? I've watched hentai before. I don't know if I'd say I'm super regular. Nice. I didn't even look at that round. I got smacked. That one was quick. I was like only paying half attention because I was thinking about hentai. I probably fucked around and found out. Imagine if I had parried that. Just kidding, it wouldn't have even led to anything. Nice. Imagine if I air through him. I'm not on that level. Can't air throw. This position, this corner position, fighting out of it. That was a super bad strong. That was like a terrible time to hit a button, honestly. Honestly, he's giving me enough space that I could just super jump out of the corner and OS parry in case he does jump back something or other. I didn't adapt and start doing that, I think, during the whole set, but it was possible. If I didn't want to be in the corner, I could have escaped. That time I think I did air throw and he just hit me out of it. I reacted kind of slow. It sucks, right? Oh, a full SA3. I didn't know that. I've only ever seen like one hit. I might lab that after this. He got me. Dash-in parry is super, super high risk, high reward. If I got that parry and then I fucking blocked the super or something, I could have thrown the infinite on him. See, I'm in a position where I've got SA2, but I'm not even finding hits. So like it doesn't matter that I've got SA2. If you play around it smart, you can avoid ever eating that Aura's Close Strong. And once you can avoid eating it, then it's not dominant. The thing about Aura's Close Strong is there's no mix-up tied to it, except that it fucking blows up low parry, I guess. It doesn't blow up anything else. It's just a punish tool. / it's safe, so you don't need to confirm it. I wanted dizzy. Ah, car throw I dropped. He actually teched the throw there. Normally I backdash there, but that time he actually teched the throw. See the parries. Scary, I can't poke. Using the universal overhead to counterpoke low forward. I can counterpoke it with far forward if I'm far away, but if I'm close, universal overhead is the only safe way to counterpoke it. Nice. Again, that shit's hard. It might actually be a looser link on Arrow. I don't know if it's one frame on him. It might hit late. Help. Help, help. I wonder if that was late, because he did like a low forward, I mean a low short stagger, low short, low short. I wonder if he was buffering DP, and if he saw parry, he was going to DP me. That's possible. This is a stupid setup where I can't get anything. There's not enough hits to unblock. In fact, because he bounced the way he did, there wasn't anything. Ah, good parries. I should have done low short. Kakateki na. I swear I've had a million Kens recently do that low 40x fireball and have it fail to hit. That was a really awkward double jump. I didn't want to double jump facing that direction. Nice. Caught me on my backdash. The universal overhead frame data changes a lot based on what happens. If it's really meaty, it'll get a lot of extra plus frames. And on a crouching opponent, it's safer too. And also, they're not actually universal in their frame advantage. Some of them are really advantageous, and some of them aren't. I thought that was going to be a punish, and it wasn't. Got him in the corner. Now what? Nice uppercut. Imagine if I parried it, though. Ugh. I thought I could walk out of the corner, and I couldn't. He had a nice timing there. I'm that's super greedy. I'm just trying to catch a delayed button press. The chances of that are very low. Oops. I just blocked wrong, and then I was caught off guard, and I let myself get thrown. Whenever I get opened up like that, I usually make no attempt to do anything except block. I usually don't. I like stop taking throws if I just get hit randomly. I just shift over to like defense. Rare footage. I dropped the combo. That's okay to spend. It might look kind of wacky, but I'm going to have quite a lot of meter by the third round if there is a third round. Oops. Kind of a comedy of errors round for me. High jump, medium kick to catch a OS parry, stand fierce. Predicted the angle. I dropped it, unfortunately. It resets struggle potential once it hits. Nice. I did all low. I could do it again here and it doesn't work. It kind of worked. Fell out. Crota. Didn't save me. Kind of saved me. Ah, imagine my buffer to cancel. Kind of a shitty round. I made a lot of mistakes, but it was my turn almost continuously. So it didn't matter that I made a lot of mistakes. Oh, did it just stop there? Okay, we're done. I'll get more sets against him later. I really like the Ken. I think I might always just pick SA2 against dshon from now on. The score would have been a little bit cleaner, I think, if I picked SA2 more. I don't know, because he wasn't giving me the openings, so like nothing might have changed. But I do think SA2 is best versus Ken, and I did go for SA3 a lot because I thought it would be enough for me. I thought I'd be able to scrape out the wins anyway. But short answer, no, I was not able to. Let me shift gears a little bit here. It was a good set, I think. He played really well. I could have played a little bit better, but I think after every set where you lose overall, you're like, I could have played better, right? Doesn't everyone do that? You get kind of mad. A little salty. I've only had a few sets in my life where I feel like I played my A game and then lost. Even if I'm fighting like fucking Kuroda or something, if I lose, I'll be like, I could have played better.